Hi, it's Zobble1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox. And today, I just thought I'd do a video showing you some of the stuff that I've been up to lately. This is me mining at the CG in open with Scooby. I was in party chat with a few of the guys who were chilling out. And ultimately, I get involved in a lot of things in the game that aren't exactly the most exciting activities. I still spend the majority of my time space trucking, mining, completing missions and doing stuff like that. I'm very well known for going out on bromulite mining expeditions where I come back with 2,000 or 3,000 tons and then complete off a whole swath of missions with it and share the wing mission rewards with people. I'm very renowned for being someone who gets heavily involved in power play and does a lot of fortification runs. I'll do a good 5,000-6,000 forts every week. So that's a lot of space trucking backwards and forwards in and out of Hama. People have come down and hunted me and attacked me while I've been doing that. I'm very easy to find. I do find it funny that people have difficulty finding me in this game. I'm always in open, I'm always about, and somehow people struggle to see me or claim that they can't find me. And it's like, well, I'll be honest, why are you so interested in finding me when all I'm doing is just banal stuff like running fortifications, mining, space trucking? It's not exactly the most exciting gameplay in the world, and if you did find me while I'm doing it, I am likely to jump away, probably a far distance, and then get on with the rest of my day, because my escape and evasion guide is basically high wake immediately. Don't mess around. If you're in a non-combat ship, you're attacked by a combat ship, you don't mess around, you just escape and high wake and get out of there. So it's not exactly exciting for people if they, find me in game when I'm doing my regular normal stuff. I do PvP piracy. I do a tiny bit of PvP, but on the whole, I do stuff. I do a lot of space trucking for PPI attacks. I do a lot of space trucking for power play. I do an awful lot of mining, whether that be for a CG or whether that be just in general for wing missions. So it is no surprise when PvPers don't run into me that often. I recently saw someone complaining that they hadn't seen me for many months, which was interesting because they'd seen me about 3 weeks beforehand. But all these conspiracy theories that I'm blocking people, avoiding people, doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things to not be seen by people, it is frankly a bit weird and obsessive for these people to be constantly worried about what I'm up to in game. I'm just a middle-aged guy who plays pretty casually to relax. I occasionally get involved in PvP combat, normally to support friends of mine like Frodo, etc., that want to get involved in PvP. If those guys hit me up and say, we're going on a CG to shoot people, do you want to join us? I will, because it's good fun. But I'm not actively seeking PvP most of the time. Most of the time when I'm doing piracy, I'll defend myself, but I'm out looking to steal tons of cargo, not get involved in sweaty PvP fights. I'm a very non-sweaty PvPer. Filthy casual gimbal scrub is pretty much what I am. So it doesn't surprise me when the sweaty PvP tryhards don't see a lot of me, because why would I want to see a lot of them? Our gameplay loops, what we do in game, aren't the same. You pretty much look for PvP fights and occasionally do stuff to fund your rebuys. I do the majority of space trucky stuff and very rarely get involved in PvP. I would not expect to see me either. I'm not surprised I don't see a lot of you. We don't tend to hang out in the same systems. We don't tend to do the same things. In fact, it is quite funny when people on the opposite time zone to me are complaining they haven't seen me. It's like, well, is that really a surprise? I know I work nights a lot and I play at random times of the day, as you can see from the clock in the corner of that screen. But it's not a surprise that somebody from an opposite time zone than me has not seen a lot of me. I wouldn't expect to see a lot of me either. And given what I'm planning to do next, I wouldn't expect to see me for a long time in this game. I'll probably start getting messages saying exploring is tantamount to playing in solo or something along those lines, hilariously. But yeah, I was at the CG doing some mining. I did manage to hand in some tons for piracy, and do a bit towards this CG for piracy, but I did do a lot of mining to hand in and bump my numbers up. And I've got to say, it was not the most exciting CG in the world, but I enjoyed it. It was nice and relaxing. I do love mining in this game. I love just bobbling around in my spaceship, you know. I'm pretty confident I'll play this until they turn the servers off, because I still get enjoyment about just running my Type 7 to and from delivery destinations. I like bobbling about in space. I like plotting my course. I like jumping from system to system. I like trying to make X amount of credits. I just like bobbling around in space, doing different activities. And yeah, don't be surprised if you're a sweaty, try-hard PvPer if you don't see a lot of me, because most of the stuff I get up to in game is completely opposite to what, you know, well, where you'd expect to find someone who's into sweaty PvP combat. Yeah, I don't very often get involved in PvP. I have said this in many videos, so why is it a surprise that I don't run into you? But anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching.